Well, hello, everybody. This is Goldfinger from the Goldfinger Minute, and today I have a special guest. I'm going to say Dr. Clark, but he wants to go by Clark, so we'll just use Clark.
That's great.
And he just got back from Siquijor.
Yes.
Now, this is your first time here about a week ago you started?
This is not my first time in the Philippines.
Not your first time?
No, I came here in September of 23 scuba diving.
Okay.
And stayed at the Atlantis Resort in Dumaguete.
All right. So you came back just about a week ago?
So after that, I decided Philippines was pretty nice.
Yes,
and
it is.
I started checking out some vloggers, some vloggers. And, of course, Paul was one of them, old dog.
Right.
And Mike's Philippine Retirement, and Mark, when Mark was on, when Mark had a channel. And Every Man Has a Story, that channel. And then eventually you. I saw you on a couple of videos that Paul did.
Right.
And then I started watching Filipina P, and she was talking about Christian Filipina.
Okay.
And so I decided to give it a try. I was single, and I was kind of discouraged with the dating market in the U.S.
In general.
Especially in my age bracket.
All right.
And so I thought, I'll give it a try. And so I met someone 5 days in. I was only on the site for 5 days, and met Valerie. And since then, this is my third visit back to the Philippines because I've been coming back to see her.
Okay, so it's your third visit to see Valerie.
Right, and she's from Davao City. We came to Dumaguete just to hop over to Siquijor, which we've been for the last couple of days.
Have you ever been to Davao yourselves?
No, not until we met, and I decided to come for a visit.
All right.
And
so you plan on going there?
I think we'll go back and forth. I've applied for her a K1 visa, and we'll probably go back and forth, at least initially. But I like it here. I like it here a lot.
Now, Valerie, we have you in the studio. Why don't you come over here and stand behind your fiancé?
Yes.
Show that ring, because there's the ring, and there's Valerie. And Valerie, you got engaged with Valerie in Siquijor.
In Siquijor yesterday. Yeah.
Congratulations.
So she's been we've been engaged for a total of 24 hours.
Yeah, let's go. Hey, let's give some applause too, okay?
All right.
All right, we got some applause there. All right, so very good. So congrats again. And then I'm going to go ahead and take this off so you're not being distracted by that screen.
Yeah,
that'll distract you. Got to look at me. So that's wonderful, you two. Yeah, that's very good. And we're gonna ask you a few questions, Valerie. Do you have children already?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I have one son.
One son.
Yeah.
And have you met him yet?
Oh yeah.
What age is he?
8 years. 8 years old.
8 years old.
Yes.
He's in Davao.
Yes,
now?
in Davao.
All right, very good.
Her whole family's there. The first time I met her family, 23 people showed up.
Oh my Lord, that's a lot of nerve-wracking. That's nervous.
She's got 8 brothers and sisters.
Wow, congrats!
It's
Wow,
big family.
That's pretty cool. All right, so anyway, how did you like? Let's talk a little bit about Siquijor and.
Siquijor was awesome. We only spent a couple of days there because my time here is limited, and we had a lot of things we wanted to do. But first day we spent it at the beach, nice white sandy beach. We stayed at Cocoa Grove Resort.
Oh, that's
Cocoa
the best.
Grove Beach
That's the
Resort,
best.
and we spent most of the day on the beach or in the pools. They had 4 or 5 pools there.
Right.
Yeah,
it is the best place.
Yeah, it really was nice. And then yesterday we went to 2 different waterfalls. We went to.
I'm going to put up your headings right now, but I'm going to move it over so we're not blocking Valerie. So let me move this over.
She knows the names of the falls. I can't pronounce them even if I was looking at them.
Move over a little bit.
We went to 2 different waterfalls. We went cave diving. We went into a cave.
Oh, cool! The under the island cave.
300 meters in.
Cool.
It was awesome.
It's my first time.
Yeah, it was my first time on this island on Siquijor.
You went on the falls and had all the steps down with all the steps back up.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a big.
And then And then popped the question on Observation Tower, which is the highest point on the island. They have a 5-story tower built there, so you can see all around, see 360-degree view.
When did you buy the ring? How did you get a chance?
Well, the ring is an heirloom. It was my father's mother, my grandmother's engagement ring.
Okay.
It's over 100 years old.
Wow!
And so we kept it in the family, and that's the ring she's wearing.
So you had plans.
Yeah, I had plans. I've been planning this for 2.5 months, probably.
Very good.
Wow.
Okay.
And she didn't know.
No idea about
She had no idea.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty
that
awesome.
was going to happen yesterday.
And so you definitely are happy. You're both very, very. You can see your gleam. You're glowing. You're both very happy. That's good.
Yeah, she's the thing I love about Valerie. She's very sweet, and she's always in a good mood. I've never seen her in a bad mood. We laugh all the time.
Good job.
And we just have fun together, and
that's great.
Things are great.
That's wonderful. Okay. And you waited to the island to tell her and pop the question.
Yes, I did.
the highest point.
Siguijor is awesome. Siguijor is awesome. Yeah, I miss Siguijor. I got to go back with Carolyn. All right. Well, that's great. Now I'm going to ask you some specific questions just for Clark. Okay. I'm going to ask him about his past and things like that. If you want, you can have a seat right here. I won't be able to see you, but we know you're in the room. We'll have you come back in a minute. Okay. So let me move the guest heading back over where it's centered. All right, let's move this back. All right. Got engaged. That's awesome. All right, now, you're a doctor.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Family medicine.
Family medicine. Mm-hmm. For how many years did you practice?
So I graduated medical school in 1989 and finished residency in 92. So I've been practicing since 92. Okay. I practiced in a town in North Carolina, which I've always lived in North Carolina my whole life, in Goldsboro, which is in the coastal plains of North Carolina, eastern part of the state. I practiced there for 23 years.
Is it a small town? Is it?
It's about 35,000 people. So
it's fair. It's small, but it's fair.
It's got Air Force Base. Seymour Johnson Air Force Base is there, and I practiced there for 23 years. And then I wanted to end my career on a different note, and so I left clinical medicine and became medical director for a state professionals health program.
Okay.
We basically serve MDs, DOs, PAs, pharmacists, pharm techs, veterinarians, and vet techs who have issues with drugs or alcohol or other self-destructive behaviors. We get them the help that they need, get them rehabilitated, monitor them, and get them back to work.
Very good.
That's what we do.
That's rewarding, actually.
It is very rewarding. That's why I'm still working. Even though I'm past retirement age, I'm still working half-time because I enjoy it. I enjoy it so much.
Yeah, you get to see people improving their life.
Oh, we see lives transformed. I mean, people completely have a, transformation. It's amazing to watch. It's amazing to watch.
Is there a group of doctors that do this, or just are you the head doctor?
Well, there's most of the people that work at the organization I work for. I'm not the CEO. That's a different. That's Dr. Joe Jordan. He's the CEO. But I'm the medical director.
Okay.
And there are other either PhD level psychologists or licensed mental health counselors.
How many people altogether in the?
Just 13 or 14.
And how many patients do you have?
So we don't have patients. We're not a medical facility.
Okay. How many people use your
services? Clients. We call them clients. At any 1 month, it floats because people under monitoring contracts, some people end their contract every month and leave the program, but new people come in every month. Right. But it floats around 350.
Quite a few. Okay, that's what I was wondering.
We've had over 5,000 people through our doors since 1988. That's
a lot more than I would have guessed. Okay. Yeah. How many people have drug addiction and other problems?
Well, if you look at the statistics, depending on which study you look at, somewhere around 10 to 12% of the general population has issues with substances.
I didn't realize that.
If you look at healthcare professionals, it's slightly higher. It's 12 to 14%.
Now, are we talking alcoholism as well?
Alcohol.
Smoking?
Well, not smoking like cigarettes, but we have people that abuse marijuana, prescription drugs. It's interesting. The general population abuses street drugs for the most part, average. healthcare professionals abuse prescription drugs.
Okay.
On average. More.
Healthcare officials.
Right. Healthcare people in the healthcare arena. And, of course, a lot of it's got to do with access.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
They have the access to it, so they use it and they get addicted.
And, people say, well, why do doctors get addicted to drugs and alcohol? It's because healthcare providers are people, and people have issues.
Right.
It doesn't matter, what the profession is.
We're all human.
We're all human when you get right down to it.
That's it, yeah.
I think providers in general, healthcare providers in general, are fortunate because a lot of resources can be brought to bear. Our 5-year sobriety rate for those with substance use disorders is somewhere around 90%, which is orders of magnitude higher than the general population. If we can get somebody into treatment and get them monitored in recovery, their chance of lifelong recovery is excellent.
Well, that's excellent. That helped a lot of people. So you've helped thousands of people. I didn't realize it was that many people. I'll be honest with you. I thought you were going to tell me you had a clinic with 30, 50 people. I mean, hundreds is...
It's like I said, over the years, we've probably seen more than in excess of 5,000 people since 1988. That's when they started operation. It's in 1988.
What's the most common drug that becomes addicted now? Is it that new one with I don't remember the name.
Well, if you're talking about drug, it's alcohol. It's still the most common referral we get from outside sources are for DWI and alcohol-related issues.
How about street drug?
Street drugs, not so much. We do get the occasional cocaine, but it's a lot of the opioids, and we get people with, that are addicted to THC products, either cannabis itself, which is pot.
I didn't know you get addicted to THC.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't use that. I don't know.
Yeah. If you look at the physiology behind addiction, the brain physiology, almost any drug you can mention lights up the same areas of the brain.
Yeah, I'm addicted to food. Okay, I'm just going to let you know that food can be an addiction too. Everything can be an addiction. Everything can be an addiction. I got to tell you, if I don't eat food or when I came off of sugar, I had withdrawals from sugar.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, just like a drug.
Yeah.
I mean, I literally had the shakes, the sweats, the headaches. Mm-hmm. I had withdrawals from
off of
carbs.
Just to show you what the cross addiction is like with food. I talked with a clinician who his whole area of research was addictions, and he was working the overdose tent at Woodstock. Okay, this guy has been around a long time.
In the 70s,
and everybody was real happy the first day or so because everybody was smoking, pot. And then it started to rain, and it became a big muddy mess, and nobody could get in. But people were still happy. And he said, what's going on here? And he found out they were eating sugar. They were eating things that were sweet, which kind of helped the craving for their drug of
dopamine.
Choice.
It was just it was giving them a high.
Everybody chases dopamine that's addicted.
Yeah.
Everybody chases what happens when you use the drug, which is the release of dopamine. And that's what the brain really loves.
Right.
A lot of brains really love.
And it makes you happy, regardless.
It gives you that sense of calm and well-being that just like smoking a cigarette or just like eating food. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, and you practice this again. I'm sorry. How many years was it that you've been doing medical?
Well, I've been doing medicine since '92.
Long time.
But clinical medicine, where I saw patients in the office and in the hospital, I did that for 23 years in Goldsboro.
Okay. Very good.
And then really 3 years in residency training. We took care of patients.
Now, do you know where I'm going to move forward a little bit. Do you know where you and Valerie are going to be ending up to live in the Philippines? Or are you still trying?
Don't know yet.
Still figuring that out.
We'll have to figure that out. I don't have to tell you that. I know I can't own land in the Philippines, and sometimes if you look at the torment Paul went through trying to get a clear title,
you don't want to get there.
So all that has to be done and checked out, and
you can buy a condo,
negotiated,
but you don't own the land,
right?
Sometimes it's not worth owning.
Well, there's an age difference between Valerie and I, and I'm of the same opinion in regards to how Paul thinks about baby May. I'd like to leave her something.
You want to leave her something. That's something else.
That she has.
You have the funds to be able to make the decision as to what you would like to leave.
Right.
So that's a little different. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you have the funds. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and then of course you have the son involved too.
Yeah. MJ.
And MJ is 15.
No, he's
8.
8.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
MJ is 8, and he goes to school.
Yep.
So he's pretty used to his classmates at school, so he's not going to want to change from Davao too quickly.
He already has. Actually changed schools recently.
Did he?
Yeah, because she moved out of her mother's home, and now we're renting a house for her and her son, which is in a different school district.
All right, so he already changed. So he's used to
he's already changed schools.
And change is difficult, but you can get out of that. It's just always within your comfort zone. Especially for children, they don't like to change at all.
Right.
They don't.
Well, I think he ended up in a better school.
That's good.
Better school system.
Okay. Is it a public or private?
It's private. Yeah.
That's a better school system,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah, the private's always better. And so you're going to make future plans. You haven't made them yet, I assume. It's too fast. Okay, too quick.
Yeah.
How long are you going to be in Dumaguete?
So I'll be here for another week.
Okay.
And then I'll be going back.
All right.
And so I negotiated with my work that I asked my boss if it's okay if I disappear for a couple 3 weeks every quarter.
All right.
Until we.
So you're still working.
I'm still
going
working
back and forth. Oh, I didn't realize. Okay, you're still working, so you're going back and forth.
I work 2.5 days a week. I work Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and half a day Thursday.
What do you do with the rest of the time?
I'm working on my place. I have a big place up in the mountains of North Carolina.
Oh, cool.
I've got a lot of road to maintain and a lot of woods, and there's every time a storm comes through, a tree falls across the road. I don't know why they always fall across the road, but they do.
they choose. They look at the road. Hey, there's an opening. Let me cross that.
Right.
Let me muck up your day. Okay.
So I've got and then I like to do woodworking. I've got a shop, and so I retreat to my shop sometimes and
that's your hobby is woodworking.
Make things.
What have you made?
I make furniture. I can make furniture. I've been
Excellent.
making furniture since I was 15.
So you have planers. You have.
Oh, I got all that.
You got it.
I got a table saw and planer and joiner and bandsaw, and
No,
the only piece of equipment I don't have is a lathe. I don't have a wood turning lathe.
Have you ever used
but
one?
I know how to work. Yeah,
you know
I know
how to use it.
I know how to turn wood.
Well, that's easily gotten.
Yeah, and I do art pieces. I do wall hangings out of wood and metal.
Oh, I'd like to see some. You ever get a chance to send me some photos?
Yeah, I'll send you some photos.
And I'll put them up on here.
Yeah.
Do you ever sell them?
Yeah, I've sold everything I've made. I've got one thing that I've made. It's a little behind a sofa table, or some people call it a hall table, that you set things on. But it's the only thing I've kept. Everything else I've sold.
Okay.
I've been juried into art shows. I get juried in, and my pieces are one of the first things that sell.
I got to see some pictures now. Okay,
Yeah.
send me some photos.
I'll send some photos.
I'll attach them later. That'll be kind of interesting for people to see.
Yeah.
And they're all one of a kind, I take it.
Yeah, for the most
all
part.
custom work.
Yeah.
All right. For walls and tables.
Walls, mostly wall work, things that hang on the wall, but some items are tables or things that might sit on a table, yeah.
So you're going to have a hard time leaving the U.S.
Oh, I know, and that's why I thought, at least initially, I want her to see the place. I want Valerie to see the place. I want her a chance to enjoy it, and MJ too, because it's it's 100 acres of wooded land.
Oh, wow, that's a lot of acres.
It's got waterfalls. I mean, it's just.
So you got fishing and everything there.
It's beautiful, and I get up every day and pinch myself that I found this piece of property. And when I look out from the deck, I don't see any houses. I don't see any roads.
It's a
I don't
cabin
see
or a house?
anything. It's a house. It's a big house.
And you have electricity to it.
Oh yeah,
everything.
Yeah. I can be in downtown Canton in 10 minutes.
That's
so
awesome.
I could be at
you
the
found a really good
supermarket in 10 minutes.
Gem in the mountains, huh?
It's between Asheville and Waynesville.
Okay.
North Carolina. But I want her to have a chance to experience it, and MJ too, and perhaps some of her other family members. But at some point, it's going to be too much for me to manage, and I'll have to let it go, which is going to break my heart.
I had that problem once. I
Yeah.
built something. It was way too much to manage because I put in koi ponds and other things, and all of a sudden now it's a lot of work. I had grass, lawn, and sprinklers, and hundreds of trees, and it just became It was on acreage also.
I've been repainting the house. I do a section at a time, and I'm working my way around the house. It's half painted now, but
do you have a lake on there or a river?
No, there's no lake. There's no river. There's streams. They're all spring-fed streams coming. This water just oozes out of the mountains of North Carolina.
Does it freeze up in the winter?
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it can get frozen.
And do you do hunting? 'Cause I'm sure you have animals.
I don't hunt. I do enjoy target shooting.
Okay.
But I don't hunt anymore.
You don't kill.
But the property has deer and turkeys and you name it.
That's pretty cool.
Bear. I've got a couple pictures of a bear I can show you that I got from my security.
Grizzly, black bear.
Yeah, black bears.
Oh boy.
I got from my security cameras. Most of the time you don't see them. If you make a noise, they'll leave. They'll go
spook,
someplace
but
else.
not all of them spook.
Yeah.
Not the brown bears.
Well, it's interesting. I've been going up there. I've had that property for over 20 years.
Okay.
And I've seen with my own eye, I've seen bear twice, and for a few seconds each time. Most of the time, I see a picture of a bear from my trail camera, and that's it. So
that's a good thing. Yeah. Trust me, they're pretty fast.
Yeah. Oh, they can.
And they can be aggressive if
they
they're
can outrun
protective.
them. They can run 30 miles an hour.
Yeah, they can outrun you, and they're protective if it's a female that's protecting her children. She just.
Of course, if I'm with somebody and a bear chases, I only have to outrun them.
Well, good thing you're in good shape, because I'd be a definite good meal. Okay.
Yeah. When I first got to Davao, this time it was 2 days later. Valerie and I ran a 5K in Davao.
And you're what age?
70.
Oh my God! You don't look 70. You don't act 70. And
well,
you ran a 5K.
Thank you.
And you ran a 5K. That's incredible.
I ran a 5K.
You're in good shape.
The last time I ran a 5K, there were in Davao, which was the trip before this one, there were 1,500 entrants, and I came in 92.
So you were within the first 100.
I was in the first 100. Yeah.
Okay, I want to know what drug you're taking.
No drugs.
I need to get addicted to that.
No drugs.
Did you have a fountain of youth in the mountains or something?
Good genes, I guess.
I guess. Yeah. Did your parents live along?
My dad was 87, I think, when he passed. And he really didn't take great care of himself. He was overweight, had hypertension.
Did he smoke?
And he smoked for probably 40 years.
Wow. And he lived to 87. That's pretty cool.
And he was really sturdy. He still had big arms, muscles. I'm probably not in as good a shape as he was. But,
do you use wood up there? You chop wood?
I don't chop wood. No, I've got a log splitter. I run a chainsaw. I'll chainsaw up a tree.
But do you have a wood burning stove for heat?
I have an outdoor wood stove for my shop. I thought I'm sitting on a big piece of property that's covered in trees.
Right, so you have a lot of dead wood.
Got a lot of. If I just burned the trees that fall down, I'd never burn it all. And so
100 acres, you have plenty. You have enough for a dozen houses.
My shop is 3,000 square feet.
Oh wow!
So I thought, I'm not paying electricity to heat this place.
Did you build that shop?
No, I was a general contractor, but I didn't build it.
But you had it built.
I had it built. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's pretty big.
I built it first, so I'd have one.
Yeah. No, I totally get it. I had a barn built for all my tools and equipment.
There you go.
My dad was a machinist and carpenter, and so I learned from him.
Yeah.
I miss those days. I got to tell you, I miss those. I don't have the equipment. I had to let it all go when I came over here because it was all basically needed 220 single phase, but they did, or three. It was actually 223 phase, or it was 120 single phase, and none of it would work here because they don't have 3-phase here and they don't have 120 here. So I had to get rid of all the equipment. It's a shame. I really miss it.
That's a shame.
Plus, I made jewelry, and I had to let all that. It was all too bulky to ship. It was just too much.
Yeah, it would cost. I'd have to get a sea container to put all my equipment in.
You need several, and then you're going to need. You have to get special transformers and stuff.
So, that's what's going to break my heart, letting all that go. But it's what I tell people every day. Everything goes away in the end. It does. You reach a certain age, which I'm there, when life kind of stops handing you things and starts taking them away.
But those things are what's keeping you young. Those hobbies are what's keeping you young. And it's a lot more work up on the mountain because I know I lived on 35 acres. Okay, I know it was a lot more work to take care of things and you keep active.
Yeah.
I had a tractor, I had a bulldozer, I had a backhoe, I had you name it.
I've got a tractor, a front end loader with a backhoe,
Yeah.
and because I've got from the gate to the top of the mountain, which I don't live on the top, I live just a little ways up the mountain because it takes like 15 minutes to get up there. I've got a mile and a half of road to maintain, dirt road.
Get in.
Goes back and forth.
Oh, up the mountain.
Up to the top.
So switch back.
So there's at least a half a mile, 0.5 of a mile that I have to maintain. That's between the gate, the turnoff, and my house, and it rains up there, and sometimes we had 2 hurricanes come through North Carolina.
Do they have decomposed granite that you're able to spread and compact?
No, we use road bond. I use road bond, which is gravel with grit.
Just a box scraper and just spread it.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Well, some of it you have to spread with a shovel because you can't dump if you've got a rut. If you dump the bucket, then you've got a lot of gravel to spread. So
now you got something you got to get over at an angle.
So a lot of times I fill up the front end loader and shovel it out, so I can put
this
it
is
where
what's keeping you young, brother.
Where I can
this
put
is
it
what's
where,
keeping you
where
looking
it's
so
needed.
good.
It's interesting. I was hiking in Spain. I was hiking on La Gomera, and I was going down this dirt road, and I kept seeing these metal things in the road, and I noticed that there was the road wasn't rutted up, from rain, and I thought, well, these metal things must be carrying off the water because they were like every 100 feet or so going down, and it was a steep road.
And were they graded? Did they have openings?
Well, what it was, and it took me a while to figure out what those metal things were, and then I saw one of them had a square hole in the trough, and it hit me. These are guardrails. They were guardrails. There were guardrails that they put in the road. A guardrail, the water...
They're curved.
They're curved.
Yeah.
So the water runs over the first hump, which you put at like road level, and then it gets in the trough, and then it just goes out the other end.
So they basically angle it downward.
Right.
And let it naturally drain.
So I was spending a lot of time on my road, and then when I found a scrap metal dealer that carried those guardrails. They get them from the state when they take a guardrail down.
Okay.
They don't reuse them. They just sell them off as scrap.
That's because that's our government. Yeah.
And so I put those in my road, and until the last hurricane came through, I think it was probably 4 or 5 years before I had to do anything to my road at all. I mean,
you bury them a little bit. You dig out.
You dig
a
trench so the leading edge, so the water falls over the first hump.
You put a level on it, make sure it drains.
Right, and then the other side, it can't get over the hump.
Do you spike them down with a railroad spike? Or
I use those metal stakes you buy at Lowe's, like when you're putting up a gutter, cement gutter.
I have a whole bunch of railroad spikes. I had 35 acres. I had a whole bunch of railroad stuff. So I had boxes of railroad spikes.
Oh yeah,
and rails.
Yeah,
and all kinds of different.
I've got a chunk of rail. I use it to pound metal on.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
They make great anvils, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Yeah, they're hard. all those locomotives going over it all that time hardens that metal.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know.
Yeah.
No, so you and I have something in common anyway.
Yeah,
I miss
right.
my property. I miss going out there. It was also in the mountains, and it also had lots of trees, and it would get snow also. So
well, when I was a child. I'm from Belmont, North Carolina, which is in the Piedmont section of the state, middle of the state. But it was closer to go to the mountains than the coast.
Okay.
And so we went to the mountains frequently to, a long weekend or a weekend, or sometimes just for the day. We could be in the mountains in 2 hours. And we'd pack a picnic lunch and, head to the mountains. And so I think that's where I kind of fell in love with them. And I always thought I wanted to retire up there. And so that's why I ended up getting a piece of property up there. And
all right, cool. That's very cool.
Yeah.
Will you ever retire?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah. Well, another reason I've been hanging on is once you stop practicing, there's a clock that starts. If you're out of practice for 2 years, the board wants you to have a fitness for duty examination to make sure you're still current.
No, that makes sense. Yeah.
And so once you give up your license to practice medicine, it's easy to give it up. It's harder to get it back.
Oh, absolutely.
It's harder to get
Same
reinstated.
Yeah, I had a commercial driver's license. You can give it up just by going in there and saying, I don't want it anymore.
Right.
Getting it back, no, that's a whole other story. You got to take tests.
And then we have to have 150 hours of continuing education every 3 years. And so once you stop all of that, you can become non-current pretty quickly.
Right.
And so I've been holding on to it because you never know, I might need it. I mean, you never know what's going to happen. I mean, I don't know.
Well, also you'll forget some of the information. There's always new stuff coming out. I mean, every year.
There's already stuff I've forgotten because if you don't use it every day, you'll lose it.
Right. That's true of everything. Yeah. No, that makes sense. But now you have a wife. Well, you're going to have a wife.
You're going
to
have a wife.
You're going to have a wife and a family.
Yeah.
Plans for more children?
We haven't talked about that, but probably not.
Probably
I think Valerie's
not at 70.
I think Valerie's past that point.
What age are you, Valerie?
37.
Oh, she's young.
Yeah.
She's young, but okay. All right. Let's see. You've done the Siquijor thing. Now you're going to travel. Where are you going from here? Are you going back home after you leave?
I'm going back home and go back to work. Like I said, I work 2.5 days a week. But I'll be coming back here probably in late November or December.
Okay.
For another visit and spend some more time with Valerie and her
come visit
family.
me as well.
Oh yeah, I will.
And do an update as well.
Also, I want to, I've applied for her a K-1 visa, which is a fiancé visa.
Yeah.
And now that we have a actual engagement date that we can tell them, but we went to my last trip here. We went to Bali. We jumped over to Bali.
Oh, okay.
And I
so
have to
say,
she's
left the country already.
She's got a stamp. Yeah, I want her to get some stamps.
Yeah,
so next time I come, we might go over to Thailand.
It's a little harder to go to America, but you can go to the Asian countries much easier.
She doesn't even need a visa. I have to fill out a visa form, but she doesn't. But they held her up at immigration, and he asked her 20 questions
before she went to Bali.
Like
what?
And she had to open her phone and show pictures.
Oh no, you have to have pictures and you have to have history.
I was worried he wasn't going to let her through. The agent.
And it happens.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, there's people that happens. Last minute, you buy the ticket, doesn't mean you get to use it.
But she must have been very convincing.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
He asked a lot of questions.
I'm sure, but well, the first time is always the worst, so each time will get easier. You have a history of travel, so that's good. She's come back.
Yeah.
They want to make sure she doesn't abandon her family here or her son. Right. She usually has to have an income or money in the account to pay for her own way in case she's in another country. They're worried about you. You know that.
Right.
Yeah. So they're worried about you disappearing on her and things like that. And
I understand it. In fact, I'm grateful.
A good thing.
I'm grateful they look after
their.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
So
I don't see any problem.
Filipinos typically are naive and a little bit but they're a little bit immature and naive. I had a little 19-year-old that I interviewed this morning, and she's got a whole long ways to go. She's 19 and going on, 12. So it's like, I'm like, she wants to hook up with a foreigner. I'm going, take it really slow. I don't know about this one. Okay, so I'm a little worried about her.
Yeah.
Because she wants to hook up with a foreigner. Well, they're older, and there's good guys and there's bad guys.
Right.
Okay, and they have all intentions. You have to be really, really, really careful.
I've watched a lot of channels, and I've watched a lot of expats complain about this or that, and about the Philippines. And if you stop and think, everything they complain about is present in the U.S.
Right.
They're scoundrels in the U.S. There are people cheat you out of your money, and
everywhere.
I don't see the reasons they give for leaving the Philippines are not unique to the Philippines.
They're not.
Every country you go to.
And we have other problems too.
Yeah.
There's more drugs, and like you dealt with that. There's a lot more opportunity to acquire a bad habit in the U.S. than there is in the Philippines, to be honest.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to drugs and becoming addictions.
We're losing 100,000 U.S. citizens a year to fentanyl.
Yeah, that's a new one. That's a really bad one.
It's incredibly bad. It's so potent. Just a few little grains can kill a person.
Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy.
You can mail a package with fentanyl, and a person breathes it when they open up the envelope, and they can drop dead.
There was one officer was searching a vehicle, and he disturbed some fentanyl, and it got in the air. He breathed it in, and it killed him.
That's
he
crazy.
Stopped breathing on the spot. So it is very potent, and people are getting drugs from people they don't know. They don't know what's in it.
They mix them.
Mix
it with marijuana, mix it with coke, mix it with anything, and if it's too strong, you're gone.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things here is it's a lot safer because the only drug I can think of that's pretty serious here is alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, they do smoke, but alcohol is considered a drug.
It's the oldest drug.
Yeah, and alcohol that's the main one in the Philippines is alcoholism. Very common. Tanduay is a very common product here.
Well, the risk
cheap, very cheap.
The risk for alcohol addiction is they've actually identified a gene. It's on chromosome 11 that puts you at an increased risk for developing alcoholism. If you have the gene, it doesn't mean it's going to express itself. There's other factors involved. It just puts you at a higher risk. And so if your family, one side of your family is riddled with alcoholics, you've got about a 40% chance of being one.
Aye.
If you've both sides of the family are alcoholic, you got a 60% chance.
So definitely hereditary.
There's a hereditary.
Same with diabetes, I believe.
Yeah, well, type 2 diabetes. There's a genetic
2.
Component.
Hereditary.
Type 1, we still don't know the real cause of type 1 diabetes.
I was diabetic before I came here. Now that I'm here, I'm not. You're always diabetic. Let me correct that.
Mm-hmm.
Once you're diabetic, you're always diabetic. Okay, but I haven't had any problems.
Right.
Because I don't go after carbs or sugar. Okay?
Right. It's controllable. In fact, a lot of the people who've had gastric bypass operations and they lose a lot of weight, they'll go off their insulin, and eventually they'll go off their pills for diabetes, things like metformin and some of the other medicines that are in pill form for diabetes. They go off those drugs because the demand for sugar control can be met by their own physiology since they're not overweight.
Now they're coming out with new peptides. Have you heard about those peptides?
Oh yeah.
That's pretty cool. It's some pretty cool stuff.
It's cool, but like anything else, when you set a drug out on the market, sometimes people wonder why they let drugs out that cause harm. Why do they let this drug on the market? Well, I'll tell you why. If you come up with a drug for high blood pressure, you have to do an analysis to how many people do we need in the study to power the study to show a difference between the drug and placebo.
Yeah.
And also showed side effects. So for blood pressure medicine, you might need 150, 200 people.
Right.
If it's a cholesterol-lowering drug and you're looking at cardiovascular risk, you might have to carry that study out for 8, 10 years.
Right.
And you need thousands of people.
Right.
Well, once it's approved based on the study and you set it out and the public begins consuming it, if there is harm to be seen in 1 in 200, let's say 1 in 250,000 people that take this drug, it will harm them. The study didn't have 250,000 people in it.
No.
Once you set it out on the market, you get what's called phase 4 data, which is you start seeing what the side effects are in large populations. And so we're starting to see some adverse events now with some of the weight loss.
Blood pressure?
No, from the weight loss drugs.
From the weight loss drugs.
Yeah.
Well, those are only on like 2 and 3 year studies, from my understanding. Some of the peptides they have, they're a lot shorter.
So when you put 1 million people on you'll uncover some.
You'll uncover other things.
You'll uncover some adverse events that weren't seen in the clinical trials. Right.
I remember the fen-phen. When I did the fen-phen, they had a problem with a heart valve.
Right.
With one of the phentermines. I don't remember which one it was.
Yeah.
But I lost a lot of weight on fen-phen.
Oh yeah.
And I was with a doctor. He was checking me. But there's no way you could check my heart valve unless I went in and had whatever they have, I forget what they call it, but they echo sound?
Echocardiogram.
Or echocardiogram.
Right.
So, but we didn't do that. He was checking blood pressure. He was checking other things, my weight loss, my dimensions, things like that, my sugar level, things like that.
Well, whether a drug for weight loss works or not, it's a time-sensitive question.
Right.
Because if you're on the medicine and you lose weight, then it worked. It was a success. But if you go off the medicine and you gain your weight back, was it a success?
Which usually happens because you usually gain that plus.
Right.
Especially with weight, I know.
So
I don't know, does that work with alcoholism too? If a person gets off of alcohol, when they go back, do they become a worse alcoholic?
It's interesting. It's almost like there's a physiologic stopwatch. When people quit drinking, like for 20 years, if they start drinking again, they will quickly end up where they would have been had they drank those past 20 years.
That's crazy.
But it's been documented time and time again. So the ism never goes away. Addiction to alcohol, addiction to drugs is probably the only medical disease we know that's 100% fatal, but also 100% arrestable.
Yeah.
You can stop the disease process by stopping the use of the drug or
your body mends itself
or the alcohol
naturally.
But if you pick it back up, you can quickly end up where you would have been had you continued to use the whole time.
Yeah, well, it's like diets are forever. So if you're off, so basically, what do you call it when you're helping someone to get off of a drug? You call that a like it's not a diet, but what is it called? It's called therapy.
Well, there's treatment that works. We know that.
So technically, it's therapy forever.
It is. But there's something that also happens when you put, especially among healthcare professionals, if you put them in a safe environment where they have no access to the drug of their choice, whatever their drug of choice is, surrounded by other professionals who are also in treatment and recovery, miracles happen. I mean, they finally begin to see, because the stories are, although they're all different, similar. They're all similar. They're all similar. And so there's a connection and a bond that's created. And then if you've ever wondered, if you've never been addicted to drugs or alcohol, and you've wondered, why is so-and-so self-destructing right in front of me? Why don't they just quit? Okay.
Yeah, people say,
you know what?
Quit eating?
Why
don't you just quit
as if that never occurred to the person who's lost everything. You know. So the reason they think that way is because they're thinking with a normal brain.
Right.
Addicts think with addicted brains. And the two are completely different.
I understand.
But the reason we monitor people for 5 years, we monitor them if they go to treatment and they come out, we monitor them for 5 years with random drug screens and other things. And the reason the 5 years is kind of the benchmark is because if you can get somebody to 5 years, their brain will switch from addicted brain thinking back to normal brain thinking.
They learn a new habit.
Right.
A healthy habit.
And the compulsion usually goes away. The cravings go away. And they learn how to deal better with life on life's terms.
They deal with life's problems without turning to something else to make them happy.
Numb them up or...
Yeah, I'm an emotional eater, so I know. I have addiction. I have food. Yeah. So I know I'm an emotional eater. So whether if I'm happy or I'm sad, I turn to food.
Yeah.
Food is a celebration, and food will make me happy.
Yeah.
It's
tough for food because you don't have to drink or consume opioids to live, but you do have to eat to live.
You got to eat. You got to eat some, but you could push the plate away halfway through. I mean, you could.
Well, that's normal brain thinking.
That's normal. So, 5 years. Oh, my goodness. This is tough. It's very tough. I will work on this. Yeah. I am working on it. I've been really good for a few weeks. I've been walking. I've been diet and exercise. And diets are forever, okay? So diet and exercise.
One thing that might be helpful to think about anyway is no matter what you want, like I want a new flat screen TV or I want this drug or I want this drink, people, they decide on an emotion. They make their decision on an emotional basis.
Okay.
They don't stop to think, what will happen if I get what I want? That's what they should think about, is what will happen if I get what I want? In other words, the consequences of getting what I want, because there always are consequences.
Right.
So rather than thinking about I want this, so I'm going to get it, stop and think what will happen if I get what I want.
Yeah. And what will life's a chess game. So thinking of the next move.
Right.
Where are you going to be afterwards?
Right.
Okay. Plus rewards. So for me, I try to, if I lose weight and I reach a certain goal, I have rewards. So there's something I like to buy that I can't buy right now, or I shouldn't.
Yeah.
But if I reach that certain point, I'm going to reward myself.
Well, one day you may come to the realization that you can't.
You can't. Can't always reward yourself.
You can't always have. Well, you can have what you want, but there will always be consequences to it. Which is you can turn that key again, and the cravings start, and then it's off.
Tough, man.
It's the same. It's the same scenario all over again.
Yep. All right. All right. We'll just keep on. I'll be thinking about this conversation. It's very deep. Okay. And then So you're coming back in how many months? After you leave?
Probably late November, early December.
Well,
it depends on. I will. It depends. I'll let you know. I got your
both of you.
Got your contact information.
Yeah.
And give you an update if you want one.
Cool. Valerie, get in the picture. Let's say goodbye. We've got it all. Congratulations again. Go ahead and stand by, right behind your fiancé. Here's the happy couple. Hello, happy couple. Let's go down just a little bit, Valerie, so they can see you. There you go. There you're in the picture. All right, you guys have been great. I appreciate you both coming on.
No, thanks for having us.
It
was awesome.
You're a nice couple. Do visit and keep in touch with me. You have my information.
I will. It's nice to meet you in person. And let me just, if I may,
please.
I have supported some of Goldfinger's projects.
Yes, you have.
For the kids in the area and the schools.
Appreciate it.
I know that money is going to good use. So if you got some spare change laying around, send it to Goldfinger. He will put it to good use for some very needy kids in this city.
Thank you very much, Doctor.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that. You guys have been great. Love you both. Everybody say goodbye. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.